Zero subscribers here, and welcome to another Minecraft video. And today's video is a little different. I've said that I've wanted to do a video like this for a decent amount now, and it's a bit of a simpler video, but I've done something a little different. All right, so yes, I'm going to be ranking the music discs, but I've done it a little different because, as you can see behind me, is this giant tower, and essentially I've made a room for every single music disc, and they are obviously, and it's going to be ranked from the bottom all the way to the top, which is my favorite. So this one down here we're going to enter soon is my least favorite music disc, and the one right at the top is my favorite music disc. Got it? Okay. Now, why have I made a room for each one? Because I've tried to do a different room on how I feel, or how I what I think this music disc kind of is when I hear it, what it makes me think about. All right, like, and some of it was easy, some of it was quite hard. Like, coming up with some of the rooms was quite difficult. I really had to think, but I think I've done it. Now, my least favorite, in most people's least favorite, is either 13, 11, or I guess the Warden one, which is 5, right? But I have a different one, because those, I have a reason why that neither of those three are my least favorite. My least favorite music disc is Mellow High, I think. This is like one of the ones I can barely pronounce, right? But this one here, Mellow High, is number 19. And the reason for that is because I just hate this music. I don't like listening to this one, alright? Now you might be thinking, well, you don't like listening to 11 or 13 unless you're a psychopath, right? Which is true, but I'll get to why those are better than this one, in my opinion, right? But what do I think of when I think of a mall? I don't know why. I think of a mall for the Americans, or a shopping centre, which is what it's called. But well, right, it's a shopping centre, right? And I've made a little kind of like shopping centre kind of mall looking thing with some shops and some escalators and a fountain and stuff. But yes, that is my number 19, in my opinion, the worst music disc. I don't know how many people are going to agree or disagree with me on this, but this is why, in my opinion. The next one, which is a little spookier and darker, is 11. Now, 11 is a very old one, and it's kind of, the reason this isn't the worst one is because I actually could use this one for spooky stuff, alright? Because if there wasn't any spooky music discs, then you can't really, but you can create a really creepy atmosphere with this music disc. I have never used Mellow High ever for anything, because I don't like listen to it in any way. It's just kind of a horrible music disc. I'd be happy, wouldn't be happy, but I would not like care if it was to disappear from the game. Whereas this one I could actually use for something spooky. So, and when I hear it, it makes me think of some kind of like creepy thing. So here I've done like a basement, and in the basement there's all these mannequins, and they're trying to like kill you and stuff. So I've just got classic blood and stuff, and some axes, and just a creepy atmosphere. That's what this is, and that is my number 18 on the ranking. And number 17 is actually quite similar, but this one is a bit more personal. Number 17 is 13. Again, I think 13 is better. I think 13 has a bit more, like, just a nicer horror aspect to it than 11, in my opinion. And I think most people kind of agree with that. But the reason this is higher, for another reason, is because this one I've used before, specifically because when I think of this one, I think of Slender Man. That's right. This is like years ago now. You did a theme park world, and in that theme park world, I made a Slender Man ride where you go round, and in it, I used 13 as the music for it, and I think it really created a creepy atmosphere when you play it, when you're on the ride, I guess. Yeah, and there's the jump scare of Slender Man with 30. But yeah, and then the final spooky-ish one. I've not used this properly because it's kind of new, but this is 5. I think it's called 5. It's got a weird name, but it's the Warden one, right? Now, when I hear this one gives me another creeping out sit, but not in the same way. This one makes me think of a painting with that's disturbing. So it's like a eerie kind of feeling. That's what I get from this one, because it has a little bit of like a nicer. It has like that like little like kind of in between like one point of the song it gets a little nicer. I don't know how to explain. It's like a music box kind of. It's like it goes a little more happy, but then it goes back to sinister and stuff, and it's kind of creepy. It gives me an eerie feeling when I listen to this one. So I've just put some just absolutely eerie and disturbing things in this room. This room makes no sense, and it's like a house, and there's these eyes and they're staring at you, and it's creepy. And that is my number 16. So those ones were obvious. I think now we're getting to the ones where it could change slightly, and my next music disc is number 15, which is Ward. Think. Something like that. Now this music disc is kind of a mix, okay? Because this music disc has a really creepy atmosphere to it, but it also has a nicer atmosphere to it. And that is why for this room I've done 2 sides of kind of a house. One is bright, it's nice, it looks less sinister, and then one which is dark at night, and it's just more creepy and it's more sinister, I guess. And that is what I've gone for with this one, as that's what it makes me think of. I don't know, like this song, it's weird. There's parts I like and there's parts I don't like, and the parts I don't like I'm not really a fan of, but it's got a creepy aspect to it. And the next one is Far. I think a lot of people quite like Far. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't know why. Far is alright. It's just a little, I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of Far. This is number 14, yeah. And so this one, Far, makes me think of space, I think. Now, I will say, before I listened to this, I was listening to Outer Space by The Prodigy, which might be why I was thinking of space when hearing this. It might be something to do with that, especially if no one else thinks of space when they hear this song. But I did space anyway. That's what this is. As you can see, got a flag and even a spaceship heading to number 13. And number 13 is Stall. Now, Stall has a bit of an iconic bit in the song with the kind of, and this one to me makes me think of a jazz club, and I think it's because it is kind of jazz-like. So for this one, I've done kind of like a trumpet and some kind of like in a jazz club. That's kind of what I'm going for with this one. And I kind of like parts of it, and it's kind of iconic, but it isn't my favorite. This is where we're at the point where they're kind of decent, but yeah, I feel like there's that iconic point, and a lot of people hate that point in the song, and that's kind of the bit that does ruin it, I think. But it does give me major jazz feelings. And the next one, number 12, is Wait. Now, Wait, this one, I have, this one is a little weird, okay? Wait, when I think of Wait, I feel like it's meant to be kind of creepy and stuff, and that is how but it makes me feel like I'm in some kind of like simulation, and I've just done like a kind of like weird kind of as if you're trapped in like a cube or something. That's what I've gone for. That because I don't know, that's kind of what I was feeling when I heard that one. That was another one where I struggled trying to think of something. This next one is number 11, and it is Creator Music Box. Now, this version this was one of the really easy ones. So when you hear it, you kind of think of a music box. So I did a bit of a wardrobe with kind of a music box with, like, I don't know, like a ballerina or something, you know, turning and stuff. That's what I went with this one. And it's kind of nice. I kind of like this one a bit, but that is what I think of for that one. Number 10 is Cat. Cat is a very classic and kind of the original iconic one. I think it's kind of lost its passion a bit. I think a lot of people kind of have overheard this song now and it's gone down. It's still in the top 10 for me. But when I think of this one, I think of kind of Tetris. Why do I think of Tetris? I don't know. But when I hear this, I think of Tetris. No idea why. That's probably one of the ones that no one is going to agree with, but I think of Tetris for some reason when I hear this one. And this next one, number 9, is Other Side. I have a lot to say about Other Side. You Other Side lovers, I don't understand. A lot of people love this one. I have ranked this very low, I think, for a lot of, compared to a lot of other people. Other Side is overrated, in my opinion. I've said before that this song isn't that, well, it's good, but it's not up there, like, with the ones we're gonna get to. It's not up there with them at all. And the song finishes in a horrible way. It just kind of cuts off. I hate it. I think it's so overrated, and it's peaceful, right? Like, what do I think of? I think of a mountain in the distance with going down with a waterfall with some grass and the sky, and it's just kind of peaceful, nature-like. But really, this music disc is not that good. Well, it's alright, but yeah, it's very overrated. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but I think it's very, very overrated. Ignore what just happened. Anyway, so the next one is number 8, and this is Mall. Mall is very calming and peaceful again. Kind of strange, I guess I picked two peaceful ones kind of together, but this makes me think of kind of being in the clouds, and I draw like a cloud person. I don't know, it's very peaceful, I guess. It's kind of weird. You think it made me think of like, you know, a shopping center or mall, right? But no, it makes me think of clouds. Very peaceful. It's very weird. Number 7 is Strad. Number 7 is Strad, in my opinion. Strad makes me think of a beach. It's got a very kind of island kind of feeling to it, you know. I can hear like I don't know, like I think of like cooler dancers and kind of that kind of island vibe or something. That's what I get. I think of like a beach with the sound and stuff in this one. And I feel like it's kind of the better one out of Stall. Like Stall and Strad, I feel like those two are kind of compared a lot for some reason. But in my opinion, just like in a long shot, Strad is a lot better than Stall, in my opinion. I don't like Stall as much. And next up, we have number 6, which is Relic. Relic is one of the newer ones. I feel like this one didn't get much attention when it came out, but when I hear it, it makes me think of kind of an arcade. So that is what I've kind of gone for here. I've gone with an arcade. And I like Reddit. I quite like it. I think it's quite good. But it seems to be quite overshadowed by a lot of other ones. Not many people say Relic is that good, but I really do quite like Relic. We're starting to get to like the really good ones now, in my opinion. The really enjoy ones. The next one is kind of similar to Arcade, and that is Blocks. People are gonna disagree, but in my opinion, Blocks is my 5th favorite music disc. And to be honest, for a long time, Blocks was one of my favorite music discs. Okay, I like the retro kind of 8-bit kind of sound that Blocks has. It fits the name. It sounds really retro, and I kind of like it for that reason. So I've gone with a lot of retro kind of games like Pac-Man. There's a Goomba. There's a Pac-Man Ghost. Don't know which one that names. Cuba and stuff. I've just gone with some kind of old games for this next one, just because I like Blocks, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this choice specifically, but I've always liked Blocks. I think it has a strange kind of change in the song halfway through, but I still really like it. And I am failing at the parkour. This is actually embarrassing. Right. There we go. And next up we have number 4, which is I can barely say this one. Precipice. I literally cannot say this one. Okay, but this one is one of the new ones, and this is going to be, I don't know how many people are going to, I think this is another one that people are going to find is a little strange and why I think this, but when I hear this, I think of old Minecraft. Genuinely, I don't know why, but it really brings me back to like old Minecraft, and I do not know why. It's a new music disc, and most people go, "Oh, Cat's nostalgic" or whatever. But no, when I hear this new music disc, I think of old Minecraft, and I genuinely don't know why. But that is the first time I heard this. That is what came to my mind. So when I heard it again, that's what I heard. It's one of the strangest ones in my opinion. It makes no sense, but I've just gone with some old Minecraft stuff right here, and I do not understand why that is one of my favorites. But number 3 is Creator. This is an incredible piece in my opinion. Creator really stands out. When I heard that, I was like, wow, this is a Minecraft music disc. It was very impressive. And this one makes me think of life. So I have done a little baby in a pram, and just kind of a chair in a house, and then at school, teacher, on the blackboard and the clock and stuff, looking at the time, waiting to and then finally kind of grown up now, got a kid as well, like a wife, and a new home. It's kind of the cycle of life. I don't know, it makes me think of like the cycle of life when I hear Creator, but it is incredible. There is parts of that song which sound really cool. There's like the guitar bit, the guitar bit is so good, it's probably after the halfway bit. It sounds so good in my opinion, but there is a better one. And for a very, 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 very long time, this was my favorite music disc, but I never thought something would take its place, but something did. but at number 2 we have Chirp. What a good classic. This is just reminds me of what it's meant to be, a music. It sounds like a record. So I've done a gigantic record player as Chirp. Chirp was my favorite music disc for a long time, and in my old world I had a item frame with Chirp on it, and literally, and it says on it, I'm not changing it, it says on it, the best music disc. And that is because Chirp for a very, very long time was my favorite music disc. And I think a lot of people like Chirp. It's just got like, I don't know how to explain. I just really like it. It's just, I don't know. I really like Chirp. And it makes me think of what it's meant to be, a record player, a record disc. You know, that is what it's meant to be, and that is what it sounds like. But number 1, you know what it is, and as much as I hate to be kind of like everyone else, I have to be honest here and just say the number 1 is Pigstep. Pigstep is incredible. Pigstep is, it sounds like a party. So I have done this giant party room, as you can see, and it's just great in my opinion. I am gonna be playing this in the background of the video. Well, I've played all of them, but Pigstep especially, and that is kind of this video. So yeah, number 1 is Pigstep. It's just a party. That is what I think of. It's just a party, because it is. It's an absolute like jam to dance to. And but there you have it. That is my ranking of the music discs. I know this video is probably a little different, a little weirder than a lot of my other videos, but that is because I could have simply just edited, you know, the music disc there and just talked about them. But no, I wanted to do something a bit different this video, and I wanted to try and make a room for each one on how I feel when I listen to them, and that is exactly what I have done. I hope you like this video. This video took a lot longer than it was going to, because I had to make 19 separate rooms, and as though they're quite small and not that detailed, I had to do something, you know, and I did redstone, which I'm terrible at, so you got to be proud of me for doing this. You know, this is like very difficult for me to do. That's how bad I am at redstone. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. I'm also going to be releasing a version of this without my talking, because I think it'd be cool to just kind of me walk through the rooms without any commentary and the music playing for each one. And I'm going to do that. That'll probably be out quite quick as well, because that'll be quite easy to edit and make. But yeah, anyway, and if you want to see that, then that will be up later on if you're watching this when this first comes out. But except for that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. And yes, I'm going to try and upload once a week again. I understand I failed at that straight away, but that's because I decided to do kind of a mini big project, because I wanted to. Goodbye.